Happy Saturday. This is X4 with the Star Wars Interworlds mod. This is actually episode 13, so we've been playing this for a little while. I worked my butt off this week off stream to get us to this point. What point is this? This point is now Imperial Star Destroyer 2. So this is what I've been working on, trying to get the money to get this thing up and running. Once you get the money, you have to go, make sure what happened? Was it last? Yeah, last week is, we thought we were going to buy one. It didn't happen, mainly because the shipyard up in Bastion didn't have all the necessary supplies to build one. So I made it my business to start producing the missing parts that it needed up in that general area, so that we could fish it to the shipyard. And as a result, we're able to buy this thing now, and had one built yesterday, I think it was. It took about 30 minutes, a little over 30 minutes for it to get completely constructed, and then we're taking it out for a spin, and it's got a couple of friends following him there. We've got I guess we're going to leave that up there for now. Anyway, so this is the rest of our fleet.
Nebulon-b escort frigate.
There's nebulon-b, that's Xanthium's Lotus, the nebulon-b that was actually our first large ship. Our first large warship, sorry. And right behind it,
Star Destroyer.
it's Scout's Wrath, the Victory 2 Star Destroyer, which was our first our bigger, larger ship. And then behind that, can you see it? I guess zoom out a little bit.
Immobilizer for 18.
And then we have an immobilizer back there. We picked that up specifically for stopping ships from running away from us, for the most part. And I guess it works. I don't know. But anyway, that's our current fleet. Oh, he's got crew storage. What's he carrying around on storage, the immobilizer? What the hell did he pick up? Is he the only one carrying stuff around? I don't know. Anyway, so this is our fleet with everything in it, sort of. We'll go through that stuff in a second. I just want to see what's on the immobilizer, because I don't remember picking anything up, but maybe it did. No? Build capacity. Energy cells? Oh, engine parts. Where do you get engine parts from? Missile components, smart chips. Where the hell do you get this stuff from? Is this for resupplying the fighters? I don't know. Revenge, I see. No, you don't. No, sorry, the Imperial Star Destroyer has already been named. That's already been named. Gimpy's Pride? No. And Sniper Journey's Revenge? No. No, sorry. This is the largest ship. This is my call on the name. So the Acclimator was lost last Saturday during a fight. We were harassing. Actually, we were kind of in the same area that we are currently in, and we were attacking something. And the Acclimator got its ass kicked, because the Acclimator isn't a real. There's two Acclimators. There's the Acclimator Freighter, and then there's Acclimator 2, which is actual warship. And the Acclimator we had was the Freighter. Freighter really isn't designed to fight, and they crumble pretty quick. And that's what happened. We lost the Acclimator last week, and yeah. It wasn't an unknown ship. It got killed by something. I don't remember what it was, but it died. It just died. Again, not a real warship. But anyway, immobilizer. He's carrying around engine parts. Why has he got engine parts for? Missile components, smart chips. I'm not sure why these guys are showing up on storage. Unless is the immobilizer supposed to be doing stuff? Does the Scout's Wrath Victory 2? Sorry, it's a little distraction here. Missile components, smart chips. I have a feeling these are the parts you need to have on the ships in order to rearm the fighters with missiles and stuff. I have a feeling that's what this stuff is. I bet that's what that is. See, he doesn't do it. I'm gonna bet that the Veronica's Revenge is gonna have the same stuff for cargo. Yep. These are the parts we need in order to get the fighters resupplied and stuff. Did we have a Revenge? Not yet. So it wasn't. That wasn't the unknown ship. No, that ship was known. That was not an unknown ship, Sniper. The one that you're talking about, that was a freighter. It was a freighter, pretty much the same type of role as the Acclimator, but for some reason it was a little bit tougher. Yes, it was rigged, Luke Rules, rigged. Anyway, what we're here for, Veronica's Vengeance, what we're currently looking at. So that's the, I gave the immobilizer 8 fighters to defend it. It's got 4 TIE defenders, 4 X-wings. That's to defend an immobilizer so it doesn't, you know, die, hopefully. Scout's Wrath, that's a Victory 2, doesn't have any fighters assigned to it yet. The nebulon-b's got some throwaways currently, the E-wing, the Proax, and the Y-wing Long Probe, for that kind of stuff. And then all the rest of it. This is on the Imperial 2. It can have up to 60 small ships attached to it, right? So currently we've got, I went out and bought some Phantoms. Why? Just because. See what they're like. They're in the interceptor role, because they're basically kind of like TIE interceptors, but with stronger shields and a missile launcher. Got 8 advanced TIEs for interception purposes. And then our Delta group is the attack group. These are all the bombers. We've got 8 B-wings, 4 scimitars, and 4 Y-wings. These are the Mandalorian version of the Y-wings. No, not that one. You were encountered an unknown ship. Oh, the Acclimator didn't officially die in that particular fight, though, Sniper, because we ended up reloading to not even having that fight. 60? Yeah, the thing is that's only for the Imperial. If you add the 20 some odd that the Imperial 2 can handle, and then another dozen or so for the immobilizer and the nebulon-b, there's a lot of fighter potential in this particular fleet. Kind of expensive, but it's there. It's in these guys. So this is ANO. I forget who these guys are exactly, but they're not our friends because we made them not our friends. Mainly because we've been, you know, picking on their traders and stuff. But anyway, so that's all that stuff there. And then in our defense group for the Imperial Star Destroyer, we got a Crusader, which is a medium-sized Mandalorian frigate, Corvette type deal. Basically, its job is to shoot down fighters. And then we threw in 4 TIE defenders for defense too. Again, we're still building this stuff up just to see how it goes. Would your PC rig handle battle with the Hunter fighters on your side? No, it would not. Yes, the Phantoms are supposedly capable of cloaking, but I don't think they actually do in this. I don't think they technically cloak. They've got 5 laser cannons and a general purpose warhead launcher. In this case, they're launching concussion missiles because their job is interception. Yeah, there's no real cloaking in this game, so, you know, I'm sure they'll be fine. So we got that kind of stuff. When you get your hands on a Mando battleship, I can tell you those things are powerful. Yeah, I can actually buy those now. I just don't think I can afford one now. Mandalorian's kind of like me, so that's all working out pretty well. So what else? That's pretty much it. Oh, no, sorry, that's not it, because we didn't look at the bridge. The bridge is actually bigger than the Imperial, or not the Imperial, the Victory's bridge. They added, this is a much bigger area than what the Victory has. Because the space wasn't really back there. Got a couple little stations up there that you might or may not want to use. Stuff. More stuff. Can't really sit at those. So you got all these different... So you could, technically, if they... This is the fleet console, so you're supposed to plug in there and be able to, you know, control the fleet type stuff there, but the devs for this mod have said don't use the consoles for the most part. Not all of them are necessarily working. And this is like twice the size, at least, of what the Victory gets as far as the little pits on the side. Do you have a reason to go down there? No, but have you had any crew? I don't think I have any crew down there yet. For some reason, we don't have any crew on the bridge except for the captain. Oh, and here's a nice little trick too. Is this is the first non-human we've seen in quite a while, and he happens to be the captain. Where did he come from? He was on one of my other ships, and he had the piloting skill of almost 5. He's got the high morale. Piloting's almost maxed out. His engineering's maxed out. That kind of stuff. So that's his job. Victory 2 and a massive fleet blow-up. What? Anyway, so that's... Oh, I didn't even think about looking out the windows here. So here we are up in the tower. Give you an idea of some scale. Not exactly sure where we are. So, do these things actually have a bubble on front of them? I don't remember seeing that before. So, you know, we're somewhere up in that area there, but I think we're right in the middle-ish. Unfortunately, can't really zoom in to that particular area.
Get back in there and fight.
There's a free camera, isn't there? Or is this as much as it goes? But anyway, so Imperial 2. Also did some number comparisons between defensive platforms that I've built compared to the Star Destroyer here. I've got more heavy lasers than this thing does on my defense platform, because I'm usually running between 20 and 30 something heavy turbo lasers. This thing doesn't have that many, although it does have the nice and cool. These are the Barbette octuple turbo lasers. As you can see, there's 4 barrels per side, so 8 barrels total.
Hello everyone.
We got 8 of those.
My name is Veronica and welcome to Gimpy's Twitch channel.
Hey Leon, welcome back.
If you are enjoying what you are watching, please click the follow button in the lower right corner of the video screen. That way you will be notified by Twitch when Gimpy goes live. You can also follow Gimpy over on Twitter at GimpyKnee. He tweets out there when he goes live and will more than likely follow you back. Thank you for watching.
Yep, thanks for watching. Happy Saturday. So how many lasers are on this thing? Not as many as you think. Or is there? So currently there are 24 single turbo laser turrets. There's the 8 octuple Barbette turbo lasers that we were just looking at, 4 of those on one side. There's tractor beam projectors, which we haven't seen on a ship before, at least on our ships. Then it's got the point defense turrets, which are for shooting on fighters and missiles, that kind of thing. There's 20 of those. And then there's 26 dual turbo laser turrets. So orange is medium size, red is large, blue is small, white is utility, what I say. So you got that. No missile launchers, of course. It has, what else? All that stuff. It's got drones, doesn't it? Yeah. So it's got 15. Currently, I do have 15 cargo drones and 25 repair. You can, mix and match those as you want. And then these are the groups of the weapons, what they're supposed to be shooting at and stuff like that. So Basically, attack all enemies with pretty much everything except for... I have all the point defense focused on missiles, because missiles can hurt this thing. Change all those single turbo lasers for twin version, and we are set. The single turbo lasers? The thing is if it's... These are, I think, better than the doubles. Or are they? The duals here. So what's the difference between them? I don't know. So what would be the difference between singles and doubles? I don't know. Hey, Asmodeus, welcome back. Happy Saturday. So the singles and the doubles, we have to go all the way up here, because I'm not going to send my ship all the way back here to get refitted, but we can at least look to see what if there isn't even a difference between the two, really. And good job, Ukrul's beating up on a spider with 3 light PPCs. So for Bombs Fight Bingo, the spider with the 3 PPCs is number 16 on your bingo card. Number 16. Yes, an Imperial Star Destroyer 2. Yep. We're just going through all the pieces and parts of it right now. So that's what this thing is. I bought just the high preset. And now was saying ditch the singles for doubles. Single turbo lasers for the double turbo lasers. What's the actual difference? Don't know. They're going to be the medium size. Oh, sorry, those are tractor beams. So these are the duals. They're basically like the little towers, right? So you got a bunch of those. So the duals are more expensive. Oh, here we go. This is why, because you can't fit them on the duals on every spot. As you can see, they're restricted. So you can only put singles on these spots in particular. You can put ion cannons on them. I'm not sure why you would want to, but you can. So everywhere the singles are, it's because there can't be duals. Everywhere there's duals, singles aren't an option, except for the ions. These are the small point defense stuff. So doubles are better. Well, of course they're better, but they don't fit in all spots. Like this one we can swap out for a single on a dual, but this one the dual isn't even an option. So that's why they're there. My guess is going to be that these singles are along the sides, and the duals are going to be... Where are they going to be? I can't zoom in close enough to see exactly where they are. Now we can just click on them. So the singles along the sides. There's the duals along the ridge there. And these are octuples. There's our shield stuff. And more duals underneath. So that looks like the duals have to be on the surface and the singles along the sides. So have I seen it shooting yet? I ran it through a little test. And it's impressive. It's slightly impressive. But anyway, in case aren't a bad choice, it's all a matter of whether ships have ions for shield breaking. And even then, the ions are specific to certain locations on the ship. And ions don't work that way in this game, too. Ions aren't really used for shield breaking. They're meant as I understand it, in this particular mod, the ion cannons are good for slowing down ships. They hit them with the ions and it slows them down. It doesn't necessarily break their shields. Hey, Catger, welcome back. So, oh look, the price is 73. So the price, I actually paid 75 for mine, but the price is coming down because of economy reasons. So it's better supplied. So we'll see how that goes. He's turbo, right? See.
Imperial Star Destroyer 2.
Plus missiles from the fighters and stuff, or I'm guessing capital ships as well if they have them. But the missiles from bombers and whatever, they don't give a shit about shields. They go, you got shields? I don't care. Straight damage to your hull. That's the way bombers work. So this thing, putting up bombers, which we currently have a bunch. What do we have? I know we got B-wings, we got Y-wings, we got scimitars too, I think. Yeah, this is our bomber group. Delta is the bomber group. So we've got 8 B-wings, 4 scimitars, and 4 Y-wings currently. How many ships do we have total for fighters? 43. So we've got room for 17 more small ships still. That's right, Gimpy's TIE Defender is throwing a number off. That's why it looks funny at 43. Can your PC handle what? Oh yeah, I can handle fights. Just a matter of how much stuff is flying around. You know what I meant to do? I want to look at the cockpits of these guys. Oh, internal storage. Whatever. So all these guys are in storage. I'm gonna take these out for a spin real quick. No, after the autosave is done. Can handle fights at 3 FPS. Bite me, Vocals. Bite me. Depends on how big the fight is. Although, I've had people ask me, how do you get better FPS during the fights with so many like 20 plus fighters? How do you improve the FPS? I go, turn down your graphics. Already done. What kind of card you're running? Blah, blah, blah. Way better than mine. And they still have issues. So, it's not just me. It's not just me. Anyway, so like I said, we're going to jump into a couple of these fighters that we've never really seen before. And I bought them more than... The Phantoms aren't super expensive. They're under $1 million each, so... I think they're about 700,000, yeah. NAS PC, problem solved. Why do you think they have better PCs? Because they can put somebody up in space? That doesn't take a whole lot of computational power anymore. Pretty sure they've known what those numbers are for a long time. Anyway. Oh, that one isn't in storage. So the Phantom.
TIE Phantom.
Oh, it's got a crew and everything. Sort of. Look out. There's another one over there. Okay, got my chair. Fill in the fighter base? Pretty much at this point. We're going to take these guys out for a spin for a little bit. So again, this is the Phantom TIE. Or TIE Phantom, sorry. That's a fair amount of shooting before having to stop, and even then I didn't have to stop. So this thing can actually put out a decent amount of damage against other fighters, it looks like. And it does have a missile launcher, which we've, I think we put in concussion missiles, so it's a better interceptor, because it came with torpedoes. Or sorry, yeah, proton torpedoes, and we went with the concussions for interception purposes, and I'm sure he'll be fine. Oof. So the bridge is where, roughly, based on the shape of the bridge, it looked like it was right there. It is. I think that's supposed. Is that the bridge? Or is it up higher? I don't think it. Oh, maybe it is. I don't know. The bridge is somewhere in this area, right? Uh-oh. Jaguar. Welcome back. Where you been? Okay, let's take care of this real quick.
I got nothing.
Of course you got nothing. But Jaguar, thank you very much for the Prime Gaming resub for 47 months. 47 months. And also thank you for the tip jar monthly thing too as well. That's only up to like 70 some a month. 72, 73, 74, something crazy number like that too. Anyway, Jaguar, thank you for the resub. Hooked on Star Sector and super busy. Anyway, there's your 47 rockets recognition. The 4 rolling ones represent 10 regular rockets because Twitch limitations, stuff, whatever. Anyway, Jaguar, thank you. Happy Saturday. Welcome back. Star Sector. Ugh. Star Sector. Okay. So, just trying to find the
Imperial Star Destroyer 2.
So, what do you think the bridge is officially on this thing? I have a feeling that might be it, maybe? I don't think it's farther down. No, it's definitely not that low. It's somewhere in this area, I would think. I think it's that spot right there, the big empty spot. That's my guess. I guess what I could do is this. And then go hop back over to it. See if we show up still looking at that thing. Because if we're in the right spot, that should be like roughly right in front of us. Yep. There it is. So I was in the right spot. So it's a big hole in the front. So that's it right there. Ta-da. Okay, so there's the Phantom. Next, let's see, what other ships haven't we been in? TIE Advanced we haven't been in, but those looking just very good. TIE Fighters, I think. B-Wing's never been in. Tree from internal storage. And teleport. So again, looking at fighters or ships and stuff we've never really looked at. So B-Wing, this is of course the cockpit. So much to it. Get much space. So, Mr. B-Wing. So the B-Wing does have, it's got 3 laser cannons and 3 ion cannons. And of course, and then it has, what, 1 launcher or 2? I think it has 2 torpedo launchers. It does medium size torpedo type stuff, or medium sized missiles in general. It's a beefy thing. It's a beefy fighter. Dun, dun. It's not super slow either. I mean, it's not fast, but it's not super slow. Right around 300, so it's not super slow. It's respectable. Again, it's heavy fighter, so what do you expect? And of course, everything's offset, so that makes shooting stuff easier, right? Ta-da. Okay, so what? Oh, the scimitar. We haven't seen the scimitars yet either. So the scimitar, this is a... Has it been in... I don't think the scimitar's been in any movies, has it? Oh, get even a rear gunner space? Oh, that's kind of cool. I'm not going to get in there because these spaces tend to be a little buggy. So we're not getting to actually done with that. So it's got a gunner spot. That's kind of cool. Okay, so again, this is the scimitar bomber. TIE scimitar. Makes my misses look planned. Well, they are planned. Why wouldn't they be planned? Let's be honest. So again, this just kind of looks like a TIE fighter cockpit, nothing special. But again, that's what the scimitar looks like. This is a bomber. It's considered a heavy bomber. I believe it has 3 missile launchers instead of 2. And it's got 2 cannons up front. And I don't think it's supposed to have a cannon behind. Turret. It doesn't look like there's a turret there. So I'm not sure exactly what that rearward facing seat was supposed to be for. But anyway, so this is the scimitar. Not the greatest of firepower for gun wise, but again, this thing is a 3 missile launchers, no problem. Yeah, it's got 3. Over on the left-hand side of the screen, we've got 3 launchers. And they're medium-sized, too, like the B-Wing. So technically, it hits harder with missiles than the B-Wing does. It just doesn't have the guns the B-Wing has. And it's not as durable, either. It's not squishy, but it's not as durable as a B-Wing.
To hell with all those triangle-loving Imperials.
Oh, and of course, look at the size difference between the Victory and the Imperial. The Imperial is roughly what? Okay, I think the Imperial 2 is supposed to be what, 1.6 to 2,000 meters, I think, so either a mile or 2 kilometers long, and the Victory 1 or Victory 2 is just under a kilometer, I believe. It's somewhere around the 800 meter range, I think. Is that right? I might be a little off there, but of course then there's the immobilizer. The immobilizer and the Victory 2 are the same weight, same size class, large. Look at the size difference between them. And of course then you have the piddly little nebulon in there. But yeah, it's a little bit of size difference between stuff. So the scimitar. And of course, this the Star Destroyer itself has that that's space for a medium-sized ship right there. It can only, it says it only holds one, which I guess is accurate, but you know, it's there. Okay, so that's them. Who else? Advanced, that's going to be, yeah. Oh, we actually haven't looked at a bi-wing or a Y-wing flying around, really. I mean, we watched them fly around, but not actually flown one around. So, true for internal storage. So, Y-wing. Now this is
Y-wing BTL BPM.
This is the Mandalorian version of the Y-wing. So it's actually got two people in it. This guy is, I guess, the gunner, weapons control guy, or gunnery control. So this thing actually has a turret on top. So that's what he's doing. He's operating this one. So why the Mandalorian version? Mainly because the Mandalorian version has the turret on top. The ones that the New Republic are making don't have a turret. They just have the two front facing guns and then two missile launchers. This actually has the same thing and a turret. And the turret's an ion cannon turret. So it's a Y-wing, but it's kind of cool. Time to boot up your X4? You should. Of course, what's cool about this, though, of course, is the R2 unit. Sitting back there, twirling its head around. I mean, it's just spinning in circles, but I'm sure that's fine. So, the Y-wing. We won't take it out of the bay. I just wanted to see what the cockpit looks like. So again, it does look a little bit different then. And I also actually found the Rebels, the Rebel Alliance actually has Y-wings too, the old ones, but they don't like me, so I can't see what the actual loadout for it is. I suspect it's going to be very similar to this one, but it's the older style Y-wing where it's more the framework. It doesn't actually have a skin on it like this does. It's got more of a framework to it. These look better, but they're about the same. Oh, sorry, Catger. I got distracted. Catger, 26 months, tier 1. Just a second. Get your rockets here in a second. Thank you for reminding me, because I got totally distracted. Anyway, Catger, 26 months. Thank you very much. Happy Saturday. There's your rockets recognition. Look for the unstable crystal. Have fun with that. XK3 X-Wings are kind of an all-round fighter. I'm working on trying to get access to them still. So again, this is the Mandalorian version of the Y-Wing. And I guess we could just take a look at one of the advanced real quick. Now this should just be a one-person thing. Very tight-fitting cockpit.
TIE advanced.
So again, this is TIE Advanced. If you're not familiar with this, I don't know what movie you saw in the 70s, but this is the TIE fighter that basically Darth Vader was in the first Star Wars movie. And we're talking the first Star Wars movie, not Episode 1, so yeah. Why does it call itself Tides of Avarice? Because that's one of the DLCs, I believe. Oh, and that's the Crusader Corvette that we got from the Mandalorians too. It's a nice little gunship. Great for shutting down fighters. It's got 6 of these single laser turbo lasers? Or single laser lasers, I think. Or is it duals? They look like duals, don't they? So it's got 6 of those, 3 on each side. It's got a big turret up there. And then it's got 2 turrets down below. And then it's got a nose cannon too. This thing's really good at shooting on fighters. It actually can hold its own against other Corvettes too. Got enough firepower. But anyway, we're here looking at the Advanced tie. Why do we have these? Because they're good little interceptors. They're durable than most other fighters. It only has 2 lasers, but it's got 2 missile launchers that we use, concussion missiles, and it's got decent shielding, decent armor, so it'll stand up against most fighters pretty well, especially in intercept role. And that's our little symbol. I don't know what the AAAs are coming from, but you see those all over the place too. Some type of bug, I'm guessing. There's a B-wing in front. Scimitar on the side, more B-wings. It's good stuff, right? Okay, so that's pretty much the bulk of our fighters that we haven't seen before. B-wings we've seen, of course, because I fly one, or not B-wings, defenders, fly those around all the time. So that's where we are. Okay. So, all the stations that I have. We've got 3 scrap processing facilities that are generating a decent amount of money. Although this one took forever to build because I made the mistake of putting it into a system that had 60% solar energy production, so it needs a ton of solar panels to do its job as a scrap facility. It's got a few solar panels on it. It's really cheap. It was really cheap to build. But we've got a few solar panels there. And it's all to run the scrap processing stuff. That's all these are the solar panels up here. All of them. And scrap facilities down here. This is all the white containers are storage. Oh, and also a lot of my stations actually have people living on them now. That's what these little rings are. These are habitation rings. So a lot of my stations actually have people living on them now. This one actually has... Where's the crew? Workforce. So this workforce only has, there's only what, 2,400, almost 2,500 people living on the station currently. They do need other stuff though. They do need food and medical supplies and alcohol, or at least that's what they want. And this station isn't producing that stuff, but we have stations producing that stuff. So envy me? Why? Because all the stations. So we got that one. That's one of our scrap facilities. Actual stations. So this is Bastion. This is the one up in Imperial space. So you got your storage. This is very ugly design. Again, we got habitation circles. Not as many as some of my other stations for whatever reason, but that's what they are. And what's it produce? All kinds of stuff. Takes ice, turns it into water. We turn the water into food, meat, spices, agricultural goods. Turn that into food items and medical supplies. And then the workforce, they're happy. Increasing workforce efficiency by 86%, or production efficiency by 86%. So you look at your other stuff that's actually being produced, and it tells you what your additional output is coming from. That's from the workforce. Better their percentage, so the workforce is... the efficiency is 137% for this particular production. And that actually applies
Aren't
to
your
everything
legs
here.
getting stiff? You haven't moved in quite a while. Stretch, damn it, you ignorant meatbag.
So as you can see, so we're producing food, medical supplies, shield components. The shield components were the major factor for us not getting an Imperial 2 last week, because the shipyard here in Bastion apparently didn't have a consistent supply of shield components, but now that they do, they should be cranking out ships, because I'm the producer. So, and it's right next door to the shipyard, literally. And so we got that. It's making capacitors, plasma conduits, so we're producing all this stuff that could be sold for profit or whatever. Then we're doing rhydonium cores. What are these things for? I have no idea what these are for, but they sell fairly well, and they're expensive. 100,000 each, or sorry, 10,000 each. So we sell those pretty decently. We still need to get some droid parts getting manufactured, so drones get produced a little bit faster. So we got that. As far as money goes, it goes up and down because it's got to buy stuff that it doesn't have. In this case, probably ore, and yeah, just regular ore there, and more ore there. Probably need another miner or something. Oh, I put in a lot of time into this one. A lot of time. That's just, and then we basically have the twin station over in New Republic space, which is Scouts Playground. This is basically essentially the same station as far as what it produces. Just the layout's a little different, as you can see. Got the piers set out in going off in different directions. Got plenty of storage right now. Habitation rings there, and there's all the refinery stuff. Again, it's making the same stuff. So you got the workforces, basically same levels, spices, food, shield components, Rhydonium cores. Hey, Azure, welcome back. So that stuff's going. And money after this one, a little bit better. It's a little bit better. Boss fight. Boss fight.
Tubby, did you hear that? There is a boss fight starting. I heard the squirrel is looking for you.
And the last of our big stations is over at Mandalorian space, which again is pretty much the same as the other two. Layout's a little different. Put my piers out a little bit more logically, maybe? I don't know. But they're all pointing in the same direction and that kind of stuff. So the main reason for this is that way we can build behind the piers and not have to worry about them. Because all that little, if you don't know how this works, is these oranges, reddish oranges outlines mean you can't build in those spaces because that's where the ships are supposed to come in to dock. So if you do your stations correctly, you make sure all your piers are on the same side, pointing in the same direction, and then you can build away from them. Is there a ship called the Kid? An X4, I guess. Jaguar just put that up there, so yeah. Welcome back, Wookrules. We're just looking at our stations right now. So I got this one going. So again, I'm guessing this design is probably the best out of the three, simply because of the layout of the piers. Because it allows us to, gives a little more space to play around with. Although, the way I'm looking at it now is unfortunately the storage is actually not set up in a good way because it's blocking our expansion and going in that direction without having to drop down and doing stuff, which we got that space right there. We can easily build out underneath there. So yeah, actually not a big deal, but could have done that a little bit better too. It's pretty big. It's a decent sized station. It's not huge, but it's decent size. Okay, so that's the Mandalorian station.
I was asked to drop my cargo.
Yeah. And then the other stations, some of them are defense platforms like these guys, or this guy.
Mask engaged.
Now, what's funny about these is this thing actually has more heavy guns than the Imperial 2 does. Because the Imperial 2 doesn't have that many heavy guns. It's mainly the octuples. But this thing has two heavy turbo lasers in each one of the discs here. And there's, what, that's 12, 14, because we have two up here. You have another, so there's another 2. So we have 16 of these discs, which mean this thing has, it's 2 heavies per, so it's got 32 heavy turbo lasers on it. Which means that's why some of these defense platforms go toe-to-toe with the larger ships, because I'm guessing a lot of them are outfitted the same way, would be my guess. I mean, this is my design, but my guess is that's a reason why these stations hold up so well against the larger ships, because they get such huge energy or damage potential. Octuples on our space stations. I don't know. I haven't bought any octuples yet. Although some of the cannons, they lie on how they're used. Because I actually bought 2 heavy turbo laser, or two large turret blueprints to put turrets on these guys, or the heavy lasers on these guys. One of them fits, one of them doesn't. The one that doesn't fit specifically says in the description that it's used on space stations. Yet this one that actually fits doesn't mention that. It says it's used on heavy or larger ships and that kind of stuff. It doesn't specifically mention space stations, yet it fits. And the one that says that it fits on stations doesn't. Ductuples. Neutral against fails miserably against swarms of medium. Well, yeah, because it's not meant to be It's not meant to be used against smaller ships. It's too slow firing. The shots move too slow. You'll see it when it's in action here in a little bit, maybe. We'll see. Anyway, so again, this is one of the defensive platforms, and this thing actually has, comparable firepower, if not better firepower than the Imperial too. Totally unintentional. So, got that. And that's another one there. Scrap processing stuff. So this is the way the scrap yards are supposed to look, with not with a ton of solar panels, but in order to run all these scrap processing facilities for producing or processing the raw scrap and then turning the processed scrap into something. That's the two recyclers are for. To run all those 6 facilities takes all these solar panels. The scrap processing is very energy intensive, and we get like bonus production, like it's like 100% higher production for solar in this system than Corellia, I think.
Imperial
right?
Star Destroyer 2.
Efficiency, that's coming from the workforce. Yeah, because we put a workforce on the processing stuff too, so that we can produce more stuff here. That. So raw scrap, got stuff still coming in. So we're producing 1,300. Only need 800. So we're overproducing, but again, that's because of the workforce. Because before we started the workforce, we were only producing like 900, I think, energy cells per hour. We need 800. 800. Oof. Type of ship you need to take out a raiding party of 5 ships early game. Killed 1 ship but couldn't get a second. It depends on what's in the raiding party. Oh, you killed the boss? Sorry, I missed that. Oh, Leon. How can I guess if I can find the unstable crystal in the sector? I don't know. Catgear was the only survivor against the piranha with not enough machine gun ammo. That is number 11 on your bingo card. Number 11. Sorry for slacking there. Good thing we're not timed, huh? Small ships? A heavy... Well, you're in vanilla, so it's hard to say. I haven't played vanilla in a long time. And playing the Star Wars stuff kind of throws off my concept of what's strong and what's not. So, because it's a slightly different system. It's similar, but it's different. There's a triangle with lasers. So that sounds like one of that's the drones.
Hello everyone.
That's the...
My name is Veronica and welcome to Gimpy's Twitch channel. If you are enjoying what you are watching, please click the follow button in the lower right corner of the video screen. That way you will be notified by Twitch when Gimpy goes live. You can also find Gimpy on YouTube
Crusader
where he
Corvette.
posts previous episodes and highlights of the stream. Just scroll down under the video screen and click the YouTube button in the About section. Then click the subscribe button to follow. That's it. Thanks.
Yep, thanks. Happy Tuesday. Happy Saturday. Raiding Party M. You probably need a medium-sized ship, would be my guess, as your... There's your answer there. Is your... Or is it Leon? Leon, there's your answer from Jaguar. Unstable crystals are dropped, usually found after a miner has destroyed asteroids. You can also mine crystals for them. See, that mechanic doesn't exist in this mod, just so you know, because it doesn't do that stuff. Anyway, so this is just a small. This is originally just a small solar station, solar panel station to produce energy, and it basically just build one of these, and just somebody want to work on their faction, build one of these in their sector, do all the proper stuff, and you'll start selling energy to them and get your rep up fairly easily. And you can expand the station as you want. Like this one's been extended with a couple, or expanded with a couple of habitation rings, and this is a metal refinery here, so it's producing more than just energy cells. But as far as energy cells, there's 700,000 there waiting to be sold for the most part, and refined metals too. So we probably need a, and it's got no real expenses, so it's not too bad. The question is, so that's Kuat refined yards. I've got a trader and a miner. Got 2 traders and a miner. Okay, so that's not bad. And we've got dock ships coming in to buy stuff. That works. Okay, so there's our stations and whatever. This is the last one that we're building. This is the new one I just started building, which is basically the same thing we're just looking at. same design. It's still in a little. It's earlier in the production. We're building up, still building up the storage. I don't think any of the panels have been built yet. Yeah, none of the panels have been built. We're just building the storage, so to put the energy cells into. So that's what we're waiting for on there. And this is actually in a system where we can pick up. Basically, we're working on our reputation, or be working on reputation with Incom, who are the makers of different ships and stuff. Specifically, we're going to be looking for the ARC 170. I'd like to get some of these in there into the fleet, simply because these I like ships with turrets on it, and these guys have turrets. Can't tell right now because we can't build them out yet because we don't have the rep for it. But basically, 4 guns, plus should have a turret on it. Right? I think it does. I think these have turrets. Pretty sure they do. I think the turret goes right there on top. But anyway, I'd like to get some of those in there just for fun. And then these also have the other X-Wings. This is the XJ35. This is the newer version of the X-Wing. Supposed to have, what, 3 launchers? 3 missile launchers instead of 2. But again, I can't see. And this is our best way, our best chance of getting these guys in a reasonable time. Because unfortunately, the Rebel Alliance doesn't like us anymore for whatever reason. So don't you have your shielding. All right. So again, we can't look at its actual stats until we get better rep. So there's those guys. I think they're medium-sized ships. I don't think there's anything special here. Or we got access to them all anyway. Anyway, it's all about getting access to the ARC 170 and the other X-Wing. So it's not part of the New Republic. The New Republic is just the 65 or whatever it is. I think I'm auto-saving. Just kill the rebels. It's tempting. We can put the Imperial 2 to the test and see if we can take out a wharf, because that's really the only station we know of. There we go. So it was auto-saving. Okay, so as far as there's that. Yes, the Rebel Alliance, they're located here. Because again, I built this third scrap processing facility in this sector, hopefully to work our reputation with the Rebels, but for some reason our rep with them keeps going down. I think it's because we have an affiliation with the Empire, I believe. But so I can't buy ships because my rep with them is too low. But before my rep was too low, they definitely did the X-Wings, the ones with 3 launchers. And as far as New Republic goes, there's no...
Imperial Star Destroyer 2.
They just had the 65, the T-65. Kind of sucks, but This way it is. Good job, sniper. Was that free-for-all or boss fight? That was a free-for-all. Good job. Good job, sniper. Dual Cruels, kick his ass. So, yeah, so again, so the New Republic doesn't have the biggest selection for fighters. You'd think they have more than that, but that's what they are. As far as medium-sized ships, nothing special there either. Basically, we just only buy the freighters and stuff. So, that's where we are. Let's get back on the Star Destroyer and see if we can go kill something. Again, I love the size of this. I love how they did two different. I don't want to say cockpit bridges for the Victory class Star Destroyer and then the Imperial. I like how they did two different versions. It's kind of cool. Although nobody seems to be walking around on this one, mainly because I think the walkways are too narrow. Maybe don't see anybody down here yet. But so far, the only person we've seen on this bridge is the captain. Nobody else seems to be visiting for whatever reason. See 30 torpedo freaks. Okay, so that's where we are. Who do we want to beat up here? We're right in a nice little space lane. Anybody that's orange. So who is that again? That is ANO Federation. They don't like us. I don't know why, just because we shot them a couple of times. It's not a big deal. Imperial Ascendancy, -16. Rebel Alliance, -15. So this just keeps going down and down and down. I have a feeling it's because of our reputation with the Imperials, or the Galactic Empire. That's right, we have a station over in Heart Cartel area as well. Why? Because just reasons. Oh, and we forgot to look at the. I actually have access to the Mandalorian battleship now too, the Meldabe, or whatever it's called, Meldabe, however you pronounce that. That's up here. So we can now officially buy. Oh, sorry, not Meldabe, Keldabe. So this is the Mandalorian battleship. It's not quite as big as the Star Destroyer. It's at 66 million, so it's about 10 million cheaper, roughly. Doesn't have nearly as many fighters, only carries 10 fighters. But it's the only reason you really probably want this thing is the mass drivers. It has 16 mass drivers on it. Is it worth it? I have no idea. I have no idea what the mass drivers actually do. And they are large weapons, so they don't. Oh no, sorry, they're not large. They're mediums. No, yeah, they are mediums, not large weapons. So that's the downside to this thing. Or autosaving again. It's made for pummeling large ships. Well, you hope it pummels large ships. And it's got 24 long-range turbo lasers, the quad turbo laser, DC. These are all medium-sized. It's got concussion missiles for dealing with fighters. Oh, no, those are medium-sized. Those are good for taking out smaller capital ships. And small dual turbo lasers, that's for shooting on fighter type stuff. But the mass drivers, wherever they're hiding. There we go. Some little different. Those are turbo lasers. So where are the mass drivers hiding? Probably here. Yep, mass drivers on the side. How many are there? 16. There's 4 there. There's going to be 4 on the other side. So maybe down here. 2 turbo lasers. So they're hiding somewhere. I mean, it's got a fair amount, decent amount of medium-sized weapon or medium weapons, but I don't know. 8 per side. I only found 4 per side. So they're somewhere. They might be in here somewhere. That's the ion cannon. Oh, rapid fire turbo lasers, not as good as their dual turbo lasers, or quad turbo lasers, sorry. Oh, there's 4 on the top. 4. Oh, so they're cheating. Oh, I kind of sort of see it now. There's a top there, and so they're sticking out. Okay, yeah, there they are. So right there. Well, that's not very good design. You can take out 2 guns with 1 shot. Anyway, so that's Keldabi, sorry, Keldabi. And 64 million, so a little bit cheaper than an Imperial 2 by about 10 million or so. But again, not nearly as many fighters. Will we get one? Maybe. I'll see how much money we can scrounge up. So that's the one we've been waiting for there. I think that's it as far as news this week. It only took me an hour to get through everything new this week for me. Okay, so our fleet is floating around over here to pick on people. Zen Raiding Party M, Model M. Yeah, you're going to need a decent size ship to deal with those, just so you know. Yeah, heavy. You're definitely going to need a decent sized ship to deal with those. No, not the starter ship's not going to be able to hold up very long. Okay, so these guys we're not in the best terms with, so we'll wait till one of their freighters come by. We'll position right about there. Can I go Crusader? I don't think so. Look, we're moving. Oh yeah, these things are super freaking slow. Just so you know, they're really, really slow. Imperial 2 is bigger? No, it's not. No, it's not. The Peru Crusader is a straight gunship. It has more guns than the Imperial 2. Try boarding and pro? No, I won't, because no, that's not going to happen either. The XL ships take forever and a day to board and capture. We're taking over. You can't take one over. You can't take out an XL ship with a fighter. You can't. The shields will regenerate faster than you can damage them. Technically slightly smaller than Imperial 2. If you've got the bomber fighter base full, I like the... Oh yeah, well, if you've got full bombers and stuff, you get a better chance, but the problem with the Pro Crusader is the guns. I don't know exactly how Pro Crusaders are built yet, because I haven't been able to see one in a shipyard, because the only faction I've seen that builds them hates my guts. So I have no way of knowing what they actually have on them. two of these would be better? Yes, they would be. But look, there's our nice little fleet. Sort of, kind of. DOS, take on a capital ships and a fighter for over an hour and wear them down. Yeah, Starship, that's a video game. That's, again, this is a video game too, but that's a video game specializing on fighters doing that kind of stuff. Oh, you know what? Did I recall everybody? I just realized. Do we have any fighters trailing behind? Just a few. Recall subordinates. There we go. Forgot to recall the fighters that we might have left out there. Like the scimitar and whatever. Wait for signal. No. Still, why is he waiting for a signal? There he goes. So long, be long prod, blah blah. Starfighter, what's the battery next to your name mean? Oh, you mean Starship AI. That means he's got turbo. He's paying money to not see ads. That's basically what it means. Because normally, if a streamer is nice, they make it so that if you sub to their channel, you don't see ads. But Twitch also has a feature called Turbo, where you give Twitch money, a little bit of money every month, and you don't pay to see, or you don't see ads as a result, because you're giving them money up front. It's not a bad idea. Look, there's the scimitars coming into land.
Scimitar.
She said scimitar. Having trouble there? Imperial pilot? Oh, I just realized. I just remembered. This is the
Imperial Star Destroyer 2.
This is the Crusader, and that's parked in there. I wonder what the big black or dark spot was supposed to be. That's our little escort corvette. Parked inside there, waiting to go do something. There's no A in scimitar. I know, it's scimitar. I wonder if she pronounces science instead of science. Anyway, so again, there's the octuples. Hopefully we get to see them work. You there yet? Almost there. So the general idea is we're going to go park near this gate and grab something as it comes through. And we're going to, you know, charge a fee for passing by. Maybe. We'll see. Meanwhile, I have 30 million. What else? What other fighters do I need?
Have you hydrated lately?
I got room for 16
if not,
more.
You really should.
Sorry, 16 more? No. Well, technically 17, but it should be 18. But then if I do 18, I have a spot to land my defender on. Means more B-wings? I already have 8.
Last order could not be completed.
Who said that? Oh, here we go. Okay. Gas miner, action 4. This is a medium-sized ship. Oh, we can't do comms with them? According to your science, yes, that's incorrect. Got enough anti-fighter to escort ships too, so why not go more bombers? Because if you run into too many more fighters and stuff, you can't protect your bombers. We'll save before we do this, just in case. So there's no option to just talk to them. Specified B-wings are not TIE essays. They're more multi-purpose. Yeah. The laser, oh, that's what I'm hoping for, Food Grows. So you shoot him. Don't do that order though. There we go. So let's see what happens. Did he just go flying by? He did, didn't he? Should have waited until we were closer, but I had a feeling that was going to happen. Is everybody turning around to chase him, I guess is the question. There go the fighters. There's other ships, more ships are going to attack. It's like universal traders. These story missions are pirate missions. He's getting away. Even the fighters aren't going to catch him. Or will they? It's a fast freighter, isn't it? I have a feeling this is a bad idea. Okay, recall subordinates. Vault orders. We're not going to catch them, sadly. Our ion cannons are in the mod, but they don't work quite the way you think they should. You need to sit closer to that gate, so when they first pop out. They're not garbage. Trust me, ion cannons would have stopped that ship from running. That's the whole point of ion cannons, I think, is to stop them from doing that shit what just happened. It's basically what the mobilizer is supposed to do too. Is the gravity well generators, is the way they work in this game is they deal a little bit of damage, just like 1 point of damage, which is all it takes to stop a ship from going into travel mode. And that's how that ship got away. He came through the gate and he just went, screw it, I'm going to travel mode, just blew right on by us. We had no chance to stop him. If the immobilizer had been closer and it was attacking it, it would have stopped it from doing that. And ion cannons would have done the same thing too. they would have hit it for a little bit of damage, and that, well, I don't know if it does any real damage, but the ion cannons would have slowed it down. Oh, game pause, no.
Victory 2 Star Destroyer. Immobilizer 418 nebulon-b escort frigate.
Yeah, the superstar with the uber laser would stop it too. It would have flown right past the laser as it was firing. So as long as you have an immobilizer, ions are worthless? Not necessarily. Because once they get out of range of the gravity wells, you need some way still of slowing them down. Because the gravity well just stops them from traveling at normal speed, at high speeds. The ion cannon actually slows them down to a point where they can barely move, if I understand correctly. So they're slightly different. Slightly different on how what the rules are there. You can take out these guys for fun. But these are fighters, we don't want to see that. Give them all the fighters back. Universal Trader. What is he? It's too small to worry about. Vanilla X that basically shoots a Death Star like beam. So much fun.
Imperial Star Destroyer 2.
Oh, this thing doesn't even move until everything's back. Ugh. Although I could... No, I can't move it because the captain won't let me take over, really. Gotta wait for all the fighters to come back. Maybe. No, I can't take over. Star Destroyer with afterburners. Dun. I don't understand why it has to wait for everybody to get back before it starts moving, but that's why we take over and do it ourselves. This nice big turn. So fast. So fast. Now there's the game. With the pirates, you're a bad person, Leon. You fell for their tricks. It's a story mission. Yeah, that's what they want you to think. That's what they want you to think. Dun, 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 dun. Say the Rebel Lines were pirates. All their ships used against the Empire were stolen. Not all of them were stolen. Some of them were donated. How close are we? Not that close. Those donations were illegal? They were not illegal. Holy shit. Illegal. Should be punished by death. Oh, girls. Peak Empire, they operated over 25,000 Star Destroyers in service. Only 25,000?
I was asked to drop my cargo.
Don't. Keep
The
running.
request came from a police vessel.
What? Illegal drop. How would he have illegal cargo? Why did he have... Oh, he was shipping alcohol to our stations. Damn it. I forgot that the people that live on our stations want alcohol, which happens to be illegal, which is stupid. But, you know, whatever. So we should get inside, what, 10 kilometers?
Jump beacon, Bolus.
Penalty for not doing missions. In this game? I don't think so. I think you can abandon pretty much any mission you don't want to do. I think. This is some high-speed maneuvering, isn't it? Look, we're almost inside 10 kilometers. Okay, the other ships didn't even move to follow us. Victory 2. You can stand back here and do a little bit of cover, I guess. Mobilizer. Park next to the gate. And I have no idea what the range on the generators is. Your ship is slow? Uh-huh. So this is a patrol of the bad guys. Bad guys being the people who control the sector. Meanwhile, you're just sitting around minding your own business. With their guns pointed toward the gate. Not a sign of hostility at all. Not at all. $256.20, that's pretty slow.
Awaiting orders.
TH1 hauler.
Twin Suns Transport Services. How slow an executed class team would be when they put it in. I don't even want to think about it. It won't even fit through a gate. That's the part I want to see with how they solve that. Is how is an Imperial Star Destroyer supposed to fit through that thing?
Awaiting orders.
You want from it? Can you want from it? What, for travel speed? Faster than that. There's the immobilizer up there. That's a good spot.
TIE Defender. Corellian Star Shuttle.
Oh, he snuck on through. Does the arrowhead profile allow all the hull mounted turrets Yes, actually, sort of. Well, maybe not.
Awaiting orders.
It should, but it actually doesn't. Because the 8 big guns on this thing are 1, 2, 3, 4 on there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 on the other side. The arrowhead shape doesn't actually help them because of their location. They are running parallel to each other instead of along the lines. If these were actually lined up along the actual whatever the hypotenuse crap, whatever they want to call it, what you asked would be correct. But unfortunately, the only way these can fire at the same stuff is if everything's on this side, or in order to get all 8 firing at the same target, we'd have to be below where they were. We'd have to be a little bit lower. But if you're just going straight on, all 8 would not be able to hit the same target. You have to be slightly below it. I think that mobilizer is close enough to the gate. See, if this was a 2D world, this design is really horrible. But because it's a 3D world, it kind of works with proper positioning. Boss fight.
Tubby, did you hear that? There is a boss fight starting. I heard the squirrel is looking for you.
Hey, Nendo, welcome back. So again, we're waiting for somebody to come through to, you know, stop them.
ZH-40.
Yeah, it's a small freighter, don't worry about that. So I've got the immobilizer positioned right at the gate. So if somebody comes through there, we should be able to attack with the immobilizer, and that should freeze them in place, fingers crossed. And Prana with not machine guns was killed by Vukuls and Nendo. We saw that one already. So, vote for Boss Fight Bingo. If you'd like to get a number for your bingo card, just go to your bingo card, click on the number you need in order to get bingo, and the number that gets the most votes is the one everybody gets. Let's go for some Rebel Space Station. Good. It's just I have a stinky suspicion we'll be reloading after engaging the station. But it's not that far away. Let me get some more B-Wings first. Actually, we'll get moving first, because it's going to be a little bit of time to get up there. So we'll go after this Rebel Station for fun. Oh shit, I'm driving this thing.
Hey Gimpy, have you hydrated lately?
I have.
If not, you really should.
Okay, so we'll go park up here for now. And then, let's see, you have to go up here. There's Coruscant. There's Coruscant. Some B-Wings. How many more B-Wings I have? I have 8 so far. They're 2.2 million each. How much? I got 30 grand, so I could do 10. It's a lot of money though. Let's do 8. Oh, to tell you, I can buy up to 14 if I really want to, but we're only got go for 8. So that gave us a dozen even. So no, it wasn't. That's 16. I can do math. I guess the next question is, what ship are we going for after we get situated with the fighters?
Jump completed. Bolus.
Fighter? What ship would we go for next? Why are you pointing in the wrong direction? Where are you?
TIE advanced.
Imperial Ascendancy, what's he doing up here? Kildabe? Kildabe? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what I should do next for bigger ships. I mean, because if I go Kaldabi, it's only like 10 million more to get another Imperial 2. And Imperial 2 brings a lot more firepower into the game with the fighter support. So and again, it's not just to get the base ship out, it's not that much. I mean, it takes a little while to get all the fighters filled in, but you figure that's another minimum 30 million. Or sorry, 60 million. If you fill all the slots, it's a minimum 60 million more than likely. Who sells the Imperial 2? Now they've only found one for sale. The Galactic Empire sells them. And Ninja, welcome back. The Galactic Empire. They are to the north of the New Republic. The only shipyard that I've been able to find is up in Bastion, top of the map. It's the only place I know that sells them. Is X4 Vanilla good too? Yes, it is. If you like spending lots of time playing a video game, it is. It takes a little while to learn everything. There's tons of stuff to learn. And as long as you're okay with you know, having a learning curve, a fairly large learning curve. It's not steep learning curve, it's just a very long learning curve. But it's fun. It's, again, if you're like into this type of game. There's challenge? Oh, it depends on what kind of challenge you want. Because in vanilla, there are 2 hostile factions that attack everybody. You can't make friends with them, as far as I know. So they will always be attacking you, and they're always pushing the borders of certain regions. So that's challenging, because it makes the game, you know, constant warfare on certain areas. You just want to conquer areas. Well, you can do that. Yeah, you can do that too. Conquering areas and dogfights are very much a real thing in this game. You can have, you know, like fighter dogfights. You have different fleet actions against each other, different size ships to deal with. There's challenge in the game. And you just don't have to fight the bad guys either. You can fight the other factions if you really want to. Just learn how to just learn which factions don't like each other and just work them off each other, or work against each other if you can.
Jump completed. Hilada.
Is B-Wings ready yet? Not yet. Waiting for 8 B-wings to be built. Looks like it's be a little while. It's okay. We're not where we want to be yet. What are you?
Dreadnought class cruiser.
Oh, that's right. I need dreadnoughts too. Maybe I should get a dreadnought next. Dreadnoughts would be a good support ship. If you get one, you need 4. Don't you need 200 of them, though, in reality? To be really effective? Don't you need like 200 of them? And you can call them the rapier fleet. So you don't, step on anybody's toes that way. You don't get the reference starship, do you? Or do you? For those of you who don't know, there's these novels out there written back in the 90s. Was it the 90s? I guess it was early 90s, I think. Written by Timothy Zahn, who introduced us to Grand Admiral Thrawn in his quest to find the Katana fleet. Katana fleet was a fleet of 200 dreadnoughts that was supposed to be lost. He found them. Okay, so you do not. Okay, just want to make sure. When you mentioned the Dark Fleet, I figured maybe you didn't. Raptor's a fleet carrier with 60 fighter slots. 60 to 80. That's fine. So much better. The problem with this is Timothy Zahn stuff is nobody made them into movies soon enough, because they could have had the original cast and everything if they had moved on them faster. They wouldn't have been super old. They kind of screwed up there. I mean, granted it was 20 years after, but they could have done it. It was a bit weird premise. What, finding the lost fleet? There's a nice little storyline behind it. What happened to him? They could do it now with the whole new cast, yeah.
Jump completed. Bosnian Prime.
All 200 got lost due to a virus. Well, that's how viruses worked out, Desperator. I mean, we have no experience with the virus today that moves around. Nobody knows it's there, right? We have no experience with that at all. Just look at Luke and Boba Fett. Yeah, he looks like he's computerized. But each ship is contained. Well, you're assuming where the virus actually came from. What happened if the virus may have come aboard during a resupply mission or resupply operation type deal, where they're all in the same connected to the same station, getting supplies, dealing with the same crews, basically. That's probably that would be my logical thinking. Is it didn't start with one crew member; it is actually brought onto the ships through resupplying. Airplane, they all eat the fish. See? They all eat the fish. So 7 through 9, grant. Yes. Keeping in mind that Disney did not own Lucas back in the 90s. So it was Lucas who screwed that one up. He had a perfectly good story to work with that was very consistent with his little universe, but they missed out on that one. They really did. Virus in the book how it hit all the crews at once during their tour, and the Katana fleet was set up to be controlled from Katana, so that the lead crew went crazy from sickness. They all jumped together. Yeah, that'll work. And your ship is now only half a ship. That can be fixed. There yet? We're almost there. No, we're actually in system, so we just need our B-wings. Oh look, there they are. Is that enough B-wings? It's only 16 of them. How much money do I have? Found down to 16 million. Do you ever play Star Wars Rebellion? Yes. You built 200 dreadnoughts into one fleet? Nice. Not for the rights to make movies out of novels. Well, he fucked up then. Sorry for the language, but he really screwed up by not doing that. It's not like he didn't have any money. Yeah, I might have put a couple of hours or weeks or months into Rebellion back in the 90s. I played that game with a tablet because clicking the mouse was too painful. So I have a little graphics tablet that I used as a mouse for certain programs, and Rebellion worked perfectly with the tablet. It's on Steam for nostalgia times. I think it's in my Steam library, or do I have it on through GOG? It's one of the two. I know I have it. Actually, it's probably installed. Pretty sure it is installed. Star Wars Rebellion. Where would you be on my desktop if you are installed? Pretty sure I have it installed somewhere. Star Wars Rebellion is installed somewhere on my computer. Lucas didn't stipulate within his licensing that any models may turn into movies, which the author being given first chance at least an assistant producer. Interface doesn't have to monitor. Well, of course, it's a 90s game. You gotta realize it's like a 30-year-old game now, or just about 25, 30 years old. It's been out for a few years. No wonder it's very different times. Okay, so we're waiting for our B-wings to show up. I'd get some scimitars too, but they take forever to get down here because I have to get them out of Bastion. The Y-wing, Mandalorian Y-wings would take a little while to get here too. Which room do we have? We got room for 9 more ships total. 9 more small ships, sorry. It should be enough to go take on the station though. Standard Pirates, Rebel Alliance. Cluster of their own minds. We have offered them safe conduct to return. Oh, why would you want to do that? You guys don't like me.
Asteroid.
So we're just sitting here waiting for the B-wings to show up.
E-wing.
E-wings.
Imperial Star E-wing.
Oh, these are New Republic ships.
Imperial
Okay.
Star Destroyer 2.
Yeah, I would always send unescorted super capitals out alone. Well, AIs are smart. Let's save some time. We'll go park next to the station by the time the B-wings get here. It shouldn't be that far away. Game wants to kill you now? What'd you do now? Not following directions? Oh, I'm trying to think. Is one of the stations making missile components? I think Scout's Playground is. Because I need those. Missile components. We are making missile components. 1200. We're also making smart chips. So, what I'm looking for is materials in order to resupply our ships with missiles and stuff, because that's a thing. What do we actually need? Energy cells, missile components, and smart chips. So we're making all that stuff. Wow, that's a lot though. That's just for the Star Destroyer. So we need to go pick up some missile components and smart chips. Energy cells, not a problem. Here come the V-Wings. That's my scrapyard right there.
Scrap processing factory.
It's right there. Oh, that's right. We're going to wait until all these guys are back. So again, the plan is to take on the Rebel Alliance wharf that's in this system. Why? Because we can. And it may go horribly, horribly wrong. So we'll see. We'll see what the B-Wings can do to it. Well, actually, all the bombers can do to it. We might lose a few fighters in the process, but it'll give us time to get the Star Destroyer closer. That B-Wing just disappeared, didn't they? Apparently they get close enough, they disappear. Oh, already? We're not moving yet. Oh, scout report coming up here. Well, after my break. Ooh, girls. After my break. We're not moving yet, are we? Because all the B-Wings aren't here yet. Yes? No? Nope, still not all docked.
Incoming message.
Senjai, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Sorry, welcome to the stream. I can speak sometimes. Again, waiting for all these B-Wings to get loaded up so we can start moving, because apparently the AI
Gimpy.
doesn't know how to do that otherwise.
It is time to take a break. Go check on the dogs.
Yeah.
Your next break is in 2 hours.
Hydrate. I just did. I'll be hydrating some more when I'm on break. So, anyway, I'm going to... he's going to go moving now. We'll be fine. Anyway, I'm going to get up, stretch my legs, get some water, see what Mrs. Gimpy and the dogs are up to. I think they're here. They may not be back from their morning walk yet. They should be, but I think they are. Oh, yeah, they're here. Okay, so, anyway, when we get back from break, we're going to do the scout report. If you're not familiar with Scout, Scout is a cat that lives here in our complex. She's not a stray. She does have a home. Not our home, despite what some people say. But about 3 or 4 years ago, she adopted Mrs. Gimpy, and as a result, she's on our porch and in our condo on a regular basis, looking for food. And every day we make, at approximately this time, we make a guesstimation on whether she's been seen or not in the past 24 hours, because it's fun. And to give you a little background, her current streak is 8 days of not being seen, which matches her longest streak of not being seen for the year. A couple of years back, she disappeared for like a month, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't count here. But anyway, for the current year, longest streak has been 8 days. Will that streak continue? Don't know. And her longest streak of being seen is 106 days. So put that in comparison. So again, she hasn't been seen for the past 8 days. Will today be the 9th day, or will be lucky or unlucky enough, I should say, unlucky enough to have seen her in the past 24 hours or not? Don't know, but we'll find out here and when I get back from my break in a few minutes. And if you want to participate in the guesstimation, click the predict button at the top of your chat window. If you don't see it there, refresh your browser and then choose yep, nope, or she's in the condo now. Because all three are possible. But anyway, be back shortly. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the dog video.